Today we are here in the Danville Cemetery located in Kilgore, Texas. We are here for one reason only, and that is to see the final resting place for Karen Silkwood, who was a whistleblower in the Kerr McGee Nuclear Corporation. So just to give you a little reference of where we're at in the cemetery, this is kind of in the center of the cemetery. Big oak tree over there and a pavilion. If you hear some noise in the background, it's some kids that are riding through the cemetery. They've got motorized bikes and they're really riding through here fast. They're on the cement, so I'm not sure what to think about it, but it looks like they live right across the road. But yeah, there's a B right here marking the Biggs family, and this is where Karen McGee Silkwood is. She was born February 19th, 1946 and died November 13th, 1974. Near Guthrie, Oklahoma. She was making her way south into Oklahoma City. And if you notice here, it says rest in peace down at the bottom. And it says daughter. And if you're wondering why she was buried in Kilgore, Texas, this is where her grandfather and grandmother are buried. Now, her grandfather passed away before she did. His name is Frank Biggs. And he was born July 19th, 1902 and died November 11th, 1973. So just basically a year before Karen died. And then her grandmother died much later. She was born February 24th, 1905 to January 28th, 1997 is when she passed away. And it does say mother and daddy right here. It's not Karen's mother and daddy. Like I said, this is her grandparents. This is her mom's parents. And they were the ones that were buried here in the cemetery, more specifically Frank. But that is why Karen has been laid to rest here in this cemetery. Karen Silkwood was the daughter of William and Merle Silkwood and was born on February 19, 1946 in Longview, Texas. She was raised at Nederland and studied medical technology at Lamar State College in Beaumont on a scholarship from the Business and Professional Women's Club. In 1965, she married William Meadows and had 3 children. In 1972, she left her husband and moved to Oklahoma, where she was briefly employed as a clerk in a hospital. She was then hired as a metallurgy laboratory technician at the Cimarron River plutonium plant of Kerr McGee Nuclear Corporation. When she met Drew Stevens, she lived with him for a while, and he introduced her to auto racing through the Sports Car Club. Karen then joined the Oil, Chemical, and Atomic Workers Union, and she participated in the union strike against the company. In 1974, Silkwood became the first female member of the union bargaining committee in Kerr McGee history. She then studied health and safety issues at the plant, where she discovered evidence of spills, leaks, and missing plutonium. As environmental concerns increased in the 1970s, Kerr McGee faced litigation involving worker safety and environmental contamination. Karen testified to charges before the Atomic Energy Commission that she had suffered radiation exposure in a series of unexplained incidents. On the night of November 13, 1974, she was killed in a car crash while on the way to meet with a New York Times reporter and an Atomic Energy Commission official. Foul play was suspected by many people, but the officials investigating her death found them to be unsubstantiated. However, it did lead to a federal investigation into plant security and safety. Somehow, there was about 4 to 6 pounds of misplaced plutonium. An autopsy on Karen revealed that she had been contaminated by plutonium. Her case, which began in 1974, emphasized the hazards of nuclear energy and raised questions about corporate accountability and responsibility. According to the Oil, Chemical, and Atomic Workers Union, the Kerr McGee plant had manufactured faulty fuel rods, falsified product inspection records, and risked employee safety. The Kerr McGee Corporation closed the Cimarron plant for good just 1 year later. In 1986, Karen Silkwood's family settled an $11.5 million plutonium contamination lawsuit against Kerr McGee for $1.38 million. Kerr McGee never admitted liability in settling the case. So Karen Silkwood rests here for eternity, and she serves as a reminder of the dangers of being a whistleblower. Her bravery in standing up and trying to do what was right will never be forgotten. However, there are many people who think that the mysterious death should be reinvestigated, as there are many unanswered questions still out there. If you would like to know more on Karen's story, then please take a look at another video that I've done on her. In it, I take you around to see some of the locations that she was involved in, including her apartment, laboratory, and death location. Now, there are some other things that are interesting to look at. I love these little rock structures right here. There's no name on this one at all. Nothing indicating who it is at all, but it's a pretty well maintained cemetery overall. There's one right here with bricks. And there's even one right here with rocks. No name whatsoever on who it is. A lot of nice markers. This fenced in area is nice right here. And it has a historical marker on it right here. It's a very old monument. There's more rocks right here to a family plot area. There are names in this one. This is the Matthews family. 1838 to 1856. Maria Taylor Matthews. Mary Maria Taylor, 1816 to 1852. But this fenced in area is pretty interesting. It's missing the gate. Right before you enter, Stephen Slade Barnett, 1807 to 1877. And that medallion says Citizen of the Republic of Texas. So that is interesting. But inside here is a historical marker, and this one is Reverend John Beckton, January 9th, 1806. Passed away July 14th, 1853. There's a Holy Bible at the top. Very old marker, and it says the American Presbyterian and Reformed Historical Site number 306, registered by the Presbyterian Historical Association in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So like I said, there are some older graves in here, nice fences throughout the cemetery, and a lot of nice ones to look at. I wanted to show you this one up here towards the front of the cemetery where you enter. It's kind of unnerving to have the cycles running through here. Not exactly sure what I think about that, but I guess I could say I'm not a fan of it. But this family plot area up here is very special. Huge border around it that's very nice. And this is the Spear family. And they all have these nice markers that are uniform and the same, except for they have nice photographs on them. Every one of them has nice big photographs. And these are all facing the west. But, you know, this is 1942 and 1963. And then you get into color photos here. It's a whole family. I mean, it's nice vases right here. And then this Spear family marker right back in that back, right by the entrance of the cemetery. And nice photographs on these, though. Here's one, 1984. Colorized photo there. We have a 1948 to 1984, July 16th. And then the daughter, that's mother and daughter, October 7th, 1982 to July 16th, 1984. So something tragic happened, car wreck, who knows. Another baby right here, September 29th to October 20th, 1949. But I love all the photos on these. I guess there's some over here that don't have photos, but for the most part, they have photos. Even ones up to 2011. Couple entrances into the cemetery, the little plot area, and it's unfinished. It may kind of just eventually border around that Spear area right through there. But it sure is beautiful, especially with the sun setting right here, right on the photographs so you can see them.